same party where he gave that, this is the one time I went and hung out with Greg Sestero at
Too late.
his girlfriend's party.
Save it.
She's like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I'm Greg's friend." She goes, "Greg has
The
friends."
mysterious Greg has a friend. Welcome to the first ever episode session of this Curse of Strahd campaign. I'm calling, actually nobody else knows yet, What Rough Beast, set in a rough approximation of the world that we live in 16th century Europe amid the struggle and turmoil.
And we live in the same world that they live in.
Yeah, but later.
People watching.
Right. So we're in this world. Yeah, that's true. Well, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah.
That's true.
We live in this
Who knows
one
where
world.
this will reach?
Yeah, we live in one particular world. Let's see, what's a good anchoring point for what happened in this world? Rick Roll was a big thing.
Sure.
This is the world where Rick Roll was huge.
Yeah, that's the universe we're in.
Yeah.
All of us.
Well, he will be big.
To be clear, it is Berenstain.
Yes.
It is Berenstain.
It's Berenstain. Mandela didn't die in jail. Pandora's not real. What else? Are there other ones?
There was some label.
I thought it was Moncala didn't die in jail.
No, Moncala still lives.
Okay.
Coney 2012? Was that?
Coney 2012 is real.
That is real.
That's an open
It's
and
real.
shut case.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the world that we're in, and that's the world this is taking place in, but many, many years before.
Same garbage world.
Same garbage world.
It's nice that you put the foreshadowing of Coney.
Yeah, exactly. It's that I've planted seeds throughout the campaign. You have to collect it like letters in Donkey Kong. So this is Alec.
Hello.
He, him pronouns.
Yes.
Li Shen. She, her. Nick. He, him. Lore. They, them. And we are about to play.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Eugene, the dungeon master. And we're
And what are your pronouns?
getting ready to play. Oh, you know what? I just noticed.
Eugene, what are your pronouns?
Oh, he, him. I just noticed that it's not pointed at me. The camera.
Why
Like,
not?
will you turn it? I don't know.
It
I
didn't
must have
turn.
forgotten.
The back of my head.
Yeah, it's the back of Laura's head. But now it's me.
That's
The
great.
disembodied voice.
Yes. So I'm back. I was the weird disembodied voice talking. So, shall we just begin?
Yeah.
Are we ready with our characters? There's 4 of us in the group, and me, the DM. Once again, I'm Eugene, because you didn't see me before. All right. It's the year of our Lord, 1577. At least that is what the papists say, though this is one aspect of their cosmology that found no objection from the man now closely studying his own reflection in the pond water. He issued a brief summons without breaking eye contact with himself. Jep. He heard his answer in the form of a rustle of robes and a peculiar but at this point very familiar footfall of his companion, a young dwarf whose employ he secured, paying no small amount of guilders from the Infanta herself. But Jep was necessary, something the man recognized in the first moment of their meeting and felt with increasing confidence each passing day. He pictured Jep now rounding the corner of the greenhouse, now passing the mechanical bird perched atop the fountain, and now slowing as he ambled beside. The grounds of Uraniborg, the castle of the heavens, the palace to astronomy which only a man of his eminence and esteem could muster, were not exceedingly large, but every step revealed new marvels. Yes, sire. Yes, my lord. Observe my whiskers. Are they not overmuch grown? Do they not need a trimming? I dare say, Sir Brahe, that they do. You are beginning to rival even Filip. The tabby cat responded, as if cued, with a coquettish meow. Then it is settled. Bring now the shears and... He halted mid-sentence, catching a glimpse of something above his right eye. He looked deeper into the pool. A ruby? A phosphorescent remnant of some experiment catching the light of Mars? His hand swiped, but found nothing below the surface. As the ripples settled, the light remained, confounding him. Jep observed, at first, without intervention. Sire, your servant might say that you most typically find success and profit by gazing skyward. Why not try the same here? The man took the suggestion and turned up. Yes, there it was. Of course, a new celestial body, bright and clear, streaking at its languid pace. Across the sky, blood red, monstrously red, impossibly large, unfathomably far. The final refutation of Aristotle, another accolade in his illustrious career. But more than that, a portent. An apocalyptic omen, sure as any he had seen. During these times, war on the continent, questions of heaven and hell rending families apart, damnation threatening humanity, there was some comfort in certainty, even certainty of doom. Jep, please gather my implements. I must warn the king first, then all mankind, I suppose. It brings me no joy, yet it must nonetheless be my name with which I warn them. These are the end times. Many days to the south and east, the red glow of the night sky begins to give way to a clear morning. Here, on the leeward side of a small lake that has 24 names, each known by barely a half-dozen people, sits a painfully typical country inn. A plain sign, hand-painted by the proprietor's literate son, announces those who happen to traverse these crossroads that it is called the Morning Inn. These days, fewer and fewer are there to entertain its welcome. It is a squat 2-story bungalow, guest rooms on the second floor, and a small meeting room on the first. It has seen better days, to be sure, and its bedraggled appearance and dust-filled tankards do little to belie that fact. Indeed, the slumping eaves and the slight lean to its brick chimney almost indicate that the inn itself knows that it has seen the last of its glory. Just outside of its front doors, the inn's hound raises an eyebrow, then flares her nostrils, not yet enticed to fully leave her slumber. The smell of venison stew emanating from the hearth has long since lost its appeal for her, but this new smell, dirt and horses, that could mean something. This time, her senses do not deceive her. Around the corner turns a handsome coach, its driver tugging the reins to slow down the troika at the Morning Inn's front steps. He slides down the side, addressing his passenger with deference as he does so. Here, sire. Here we are, young sir. Fagarus Crossroads. I'm told, sir, we'll be able to inquire here for passage the rest of the way. With a practiced toe, he lowers the riding board and opens the door. He points to the path leading north, dusky and choked with underbrush and boulders. That's the way there to Barovia, from what I understand. Sir can see why I'm unable to continue. The lightened bird song streams into the coach, rudely awakening the passenger from his fitful sleep. Alec, who is inside?
Is this where I'm supposed to get off, or is this?
This is what I was told, and what you told the others.
Right. So I guess I'll. Do you know anything about this area?
Never been here before, being very honest. Out of the way, you might say.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. It's already, of course, all paid for, though gratuity is accepted, welcomed.
I wish you luck.
I could say the same.
Thanks.
And your valise?
Huh?
A bag of some sort? Did you bring one?
I got a small bag.
Well, sir should watch sir's step as you proceed. I'll see you off then.
Thank you.
Yeah, just ask inside.
Okay.
So you stand before this inn, 2-story, low to the ground. The lake shimmers pleasantly.
Got no money. I need somewhere to sleep. I guess I'll just try to make my way inside. see if there's any friendly faces who take in a kid who's by himself out here.
And what do the patrons see as you push open the door?
12-year-old boy, not looking well. Clearly hasn't slept. He looks like he's really shaken up. It's almost like he's hobbling. Very pale, patchy hair, and he wears a coat that covers up his slight frame. He's got a small backpack, and other than that, he's, small, pathetic kid who is just staring at the ground pretty much as he walks in.
And what is he called?
This is Eric.
Well, Eric, the air inside, as you open the door, is stale, but buoyed by the aroma of some promise of a warm meal. Behind the bar, a man is standing busily filling bowls from a cauldron. One person who looks like a local, not necessarily local to this place, but the kind of person who looks like a local to wherever they're local, occupies a seat at the bar and stares at you with a little concern, but also not enough concern for propriety to not be staring. Mm-hmm. Most of the activity is coming from a table in the corner at which are seated 7 individuals in urbane finery. Their clothing and a few bits of speech that you do hear denote refinement and nobility, which is to say they are not locals. While you can't make out the conversation at this point, they speak with intention and some measure of discretion. Among them, but also apart, sits a particular individual who catches your eye. They are not part of this discussion, and the arrangement of the group indicates that this is by mutual desire of all the parties. Rather, they study this clarsach in their hands, plucking and humming along, caring very little for the hushed conversation of the group. Lore, who is Eric looking at?
Eric is looking at a tall-ish figure wearing a high-collared velvet cloak or travel coat, some kind of flashy cream white boots, clearly into looking their best even on the road. They have sharp features, very large eyes, large hazel eyes, and really close cropped dark chestnut hair. And they look bored as they're kind of tooling around with this little harp with like all kinds of intricate carvings on it. And they're not really trying very hard to like hide their disdain for the rest of their party, but they're in a comfortable, freedom of the jester kind of a situation.
What's a freedom of the jester situation?
I actually can't think of the term.
Jester's privilege?
Jester's privilege. There it is.
I think I can pick up what that means.
Yeah. You're not taken seriously, so you can
Right.
kind of do whatever.
Can't be killed for talking shit.
Yeah. Being kind of mean. So yeah, they just kind of have, standing, like leaning against the wall behind this party, just kind of plucking away, looking bored.
The barman looks up at the new person to have entered the room, says, "You need something?"
I suppose I'm looking for. I don't have money. I need to stay. I need somewhere to stay. I'll work for a bed if I could.
For now or forever?
Let's start with for now.
Okay, all right. He pulls his long hair back in a ponytail. All right, well, I mean, I got all these soup bowls here. I gotta get them to over there, and there's only one of me, so...
I got you. I got you, as we say.
Wow. I love that turn of phrase. You must not be from around here.
I'm not. But I won't get in your way. I'll just. You won't even notice me.
Well, but you will take these bowls.
I will take. You will notice that the job is done.
Okay. Well, I like that.
Yeah.
All right. And he beckons for you to come over.
Follow.
So just before you lean to pick up the bowls, he says, all right, now, just between us, how did a very young-seeming man end up here in what these days I would call the middle of nowhere? Wish it weren't, but it's true.
Eric pauses for a while, and his eyes start kind of darting around as he tries to think of what to say. He's not usually faced with having to... He's very much an underground person and not used to being able to having to lie.
Well, pick a good answer now.
My parents died, and I can't stay back at home. There's somebody who's looking for me, and it's a bad situation.
Well, I got a son. I have two sons.
Oh yeah.
I think you'll love them.
What are you?
If you stick around, you're working here, they're
Oh, you mean
working
like
here,
as a-
they'll be back soon.
Okay, I thought that you were trying to imply something odd, but you were saying that just that there's
Friends.
other kids. Okay. Great. Yeah, sure. That sounds
You weren't thinking I was going to take you in.
No, No, I certainly didn't think that you were talking about marrying me off to one of your sons or something.
Okay. Because I could, if this works out, it could be...
Listen, Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity.
And I will have to be going back to the other thing that I need to do.
Right.
And you can bring the bowls.
Yes, and then
That table.
I'll await to see if you need any.
Further instructions, yes. Perfect.
Excellent.
All right.
So getting cold, so I'll
Yeah.
take them.
Oh, soup's so bad cold. Some of it is.
Eric does a little laugh, knowing that he has only had cold soup.
Oh, and don't forget to get a bowl for yourself.
Really?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's your name?
York.
Thanks, you.
You're welcome.
Eric.
Eric. Both end in a kind of a...
Eric has a weird look on his face as he realizes he forgot to give a fake name.
Well, Eric, hop to it. I'm sorry,
yes.
I've just never had an assistant here before.
No, I can tell.
Yeah, well, how am I doing?
Good.
Yep, you too. All right,
And I'm off.
there you go. Just right over there.
Bring in the soup.
So as soon as you start moving the heads of the arranged around the table, turn inquisitively towards you, looking for their soup, also curious about the new person who's arrived. As you bring it over, they all turn to Rowan and say, the nominal leader at least says, will you see to paying the boy?
Fine. I will. So Rowan gets out a little bag of coins, not theirs, and hands several coins to Yorick. Eric, and I think probably like tries to take like an extra copper or two and palm them into your hand.
Eric, upon hearing "pay the boy," gets a little excited and nervous and spilled a little bit of soup, but happily.
Do you roll a perception check?
Yes.
And you roll a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I'm not good at that. What did I say I would do?
8.
It's been a long time.
Oh, wisdom, right?
Yep. Unless you're
7.
trained in perception. Okay.
I'm certainly not trained.
17.
Okay. So you expertly hide the smaller coinage in your palm and pass it over to Eric. Eric, you can't tell that something is being passed to you, so you just sort of have now all of the coins that you feel are owed.
Nice. So this is a scenario where it's like I didn't notice that you tipped
Exactly.
extra, so you might do it again, so I can see it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. This is why you need to tip overtly.
Yeah.
So that everybody can recognize how
Take
great
it
you
out
are.
of the thing and put it back.
Yeah. And at that, the people seated around the table begin to take their bowls and taste. There's a few kind of frowns at the venison stew. Is that something? Is Rowan into it? Does Rowan eat meat?
Yeah, I think Rowan eats meat. I think they've definitely, hailing from Scotland, they've definitely had their share of venison in the day, so they probably think it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's prepared fairly well. And then Eric, you can have some too.
I would love some. This is so richer than what I'm used to, I'm sure.
So as soon as Rowan starts eating, you notice that the nobles that you're traveling with they sort of look askance at you, and you remember that they don't think that it's appropriate for you to be eating around them.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'll go. I'll take my soup and have it with the boy then.
Yes, have the soup with the boy.
Very well. I take my leave.
Eric's already finished his soup. Scarf that.
Go over to sit down, and I'm like,
York gives you a thumbs up from behind the bar.
York's my new god.
But before you go back to the kitchen, I gave you a little bit extra there.
Soup?
No, not soup. No. Extra coin for you to keep.
Oh,
There's a few copper in there. Don't give it all. Don't give it all to the barman.
okay. Okay, what do you want me to do?
You can keep it for yourself. The
That's
coin.
it?
Yeah, you can keep it for, and then you do know what coin you can use it to purchase.
No, yes,
things? Okay.
No, I do.
Yeah.
Know, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it seemed like we were kind of
it's-
starting from square
No,
one.
yes, I understand. I've had it. I'm not from here, but I do know what coin is,
Right.
and thank you.
Of course. Look like you're use a little help.
Suddenly, a rush of air and a loud thud barge into the room like a harried messenger. A man is standing, shadowed by the door, holding two overstuffed portmanteaus. He has the sort of olive complexion of the steppe and a face that's caked in mud from what must be days of travel. I have also many trunks. Assistance from the porter, please. The barkeep now looks at you, pleading.
I don't know what a porter is. Oh yes, okay, I'll go. Eric doesn't know what a porter is.
The man
realizes.
gestures for you to follow him outside.
Right.
And out there are 2 carriages, dusty.
I'm looking back at the little bit of soup.
So two sun-baked and dusty carriages, drawing you away from your soup. They're painted orange and green with this floral filigree along the side, intended for rarefied travel, but no longer looking like that's what they've been doing. A red lace curtain obscures the passenger in the second carriage, and the coachman's work reveals quickly that the first carriage is just for an assortment of luggage. Finally, after some discussion between the two of them, the less dirty one nervously wipes his brow and walks over to the passenger carriage, and he's holding this empty, ornate birdcage that they were arguing over. He speaks sort of not directly at the carriage, but standing beside it. We've reached our final waypoint, madam. I am afraid, however, that this birdcage is without passenger. He opens the door and sheepishly lifts the birdcage to Weishen, who's inside.
So, a very sort of well put together Chinese lady sort of looks out of the window at the empty birdcage and sort of purses her lips and goes, "Pity." And then, extends her hand out of the door to be assisted out of the carriage. She's dressed
He
in
grabs for your hand and then quickly wipes his hand on his pants, and then realizes, he gestures over for the other man, and he wipes his hand on him too because his pants were so dirty, and then helps you down.
She's dressed in sort of full kind of silk robes and finery with a very large headdress. Everything is completely immaculate and clean, and she's holding in one hand a very small Pekingese dog and sort of stroking it, and she's looking around at her surroundings, looking displeased, and her Pekingese is also looking around and also looking equally, if not more, displeased.
What has the Pekingese been eating during their journey?
The Pekingese has been eating small snacks that she has in her bag. The Pekingese is a picky eater. So, some
That makes
leftovers
sense.
from what she eats, but for the most part, specially obtained snacks.
Well, the coachman says, "This is the morning inn. I understand that you will meet a farrier for... No, that's not the right word. You will find further passage here to Barovia."
I see. Have my luggage brought up to a room, please.
Yes, of course, yes. And they get to work asking for Eric's help with the task.
Eric uses his weak ass body to help the best he can.
Yeah, they quickly see that you're not much use.
Can't really carry very well, but
So as soon as you pick up
spirit.
the first, the largest item is this trunk, and it has wheels on the front of it, so kind of like a wheelbarrow thing. But roll a strength check.
She's got an arched eyebrow looking at Eric
wondering if I...
Really? This is the porter?
Go for powers.
He's about to die.
Oh no.
This is a 1.
Oh.
The
0.
Okay, so you there's good news here, which is that you go to pick up the trunk, just lift up there's a sliding kind of 2 rails that slide out so you can lift it and wheelbarrow it, and it doesn't move at all, so it kind of doesn't even look like you tried to lift it.
Thank
So
God.
you can still back out of
Yeah.
the situation if that's available to you through cleverness.
Definitely looking around. You know, no, I can't do what I wanted to do.
A psychic power of some kind? Interesting.
I can only, yeah.
Well,
It's too big of an object for me to.
I
to
offer no
move.
help, by the way.
yeah.
I'm just like,
Is York within sight?
You
Still?
can still see him through the door, although he's not paying attention to you.
Okay. I just need to get some equipment for this. Be right back. I just run over to York. I just need some. These bags, I'll work more. I just don't want to embarrass myself in front of these people. I'm sorry.
Rowan, roll a perception check. Just get this thing to zoom in. Zoom.
17.
You overhear Eric's troubles, although York doesn't seem to, he's sort of taking it in stride and says, "Okay, well, this is, we do need, we need a customer like this to come in. This is a big day for us here. So, I'm gonna work on some better soup. Maybe you can find some. Just pay here." And then he slides a 3 copper pieces across the bar.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Get somebody else to help.
Okay.
Just don't drop anything.
Go back over to Rowan.
Rowan, who is also like a spindly little dude, gladly agrees to help.
Hell yeah.
Well, so you both have this trunk job outside, and as you with 2 people, you can deal with it handily. I think.
I think we're having a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can manage to get it inside. Meanwhile, what was your character's name?
Lady Lon.
Meanwhile, Lady Lon, do you enter the inn at this point?
Yes. I enter the inn, I'm not even I'm just walking in. I'm not even watching what's happening with my luggage at this point. I'm just gliding in.
Must be nice.
Your presence is definitely noted by everyone. It's not unheard of, especially this far east on the continent, to see people who've come along on the Silk Road, but not people who are dressed so nicely, because this place is far away from basically everywhere. So by the time that people get here, they look like they've been traveling, which is not true of Lady Lon. And York says, Your Eminence, are you looking for a room? Are you looking for help? Food? We have it all here. So help, food, room, other things also.
Lady Lon looks at the stew in the corner and goes, "Food, no. Room, yes. I'll be in the corner. And something hot to drink, please."
Hot drink, yes. And is hot wine?
Something hot. And then I take out a gold piece and I put it on the table and I say, "Please pay the coaches. Also something for the room. I expect some change, but you may be generous." And then I walk to the corner with my back up to the wall and I sit down with the Pekinese and I just stare out.
So he grabs. York grabs at Eric. Heat up some wine.
Sure.
Just pour some wine in the kettle. I don't know.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking. I said hot wine.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, I can figure that out.
Just don't make it too hot, or maybe I don't know.
I'll see.
Yeah.
Let's
Yep.
see.
And he composes himself and walks over to Lady Lon. And may I ask the purpose of your travel?
You may not.
Is there any assistance I can provide?
Just the room and the hot drink.
And will you be headed any further from here?
Yes, to Barovia.
Okay. Well, I can tell, and at the mention of the destination, Eric and Rowan, you guys both over here, because if I'm not mistaken, that's also where you are headed.
Mm-hmm.
And are the nobles headed there with you?
Yes.
Okay. So, the barman.
It's very in character, actually.
Yeah, very much so. The barman says, "You're in luck. There's a man who comes here, a trader, that he comes but once a week, yet he'll be here this evening. Lungari is his name. He's one of the villagers from Barovia. It's sort of, they have some tribes there or something, but he trades somewhat frequently, and he can take you up. I'm not sure that he'll have space in his cart for all of the baggage. I can offer to store it here for you, and then perhaps you can, once you arrive and get situated there, send a cart down and, well, put it on the cart, of course, free of charge."
Lady Lon sort of thinks about this and says, "The gold piece should cover a second cart. I would appreciate if it could leave with me as well."
I'm afraid I'll have to leave you with the money, but not the cart. We're a small village. It's exceedingly difficult. Although he may have a lighter load this time, or maybe you could convince him to do the same. Leave his things here and allow you to take up space for the trade goods in his cart. That's a possibility.
That sounds right.
Lungari is a nice man. You'll really get along, I think. I don't know. He turns around.
Lady Lon sort of senses that it might be appropriate to be nice, and so sort of kind of half smiles. But then
he doesn't even
but
see
then
it.
Monto the dog is like,
How eventually you are brought a cup of very, very hot wine by Eric. And he,
Terrified Eric.
yeah, very scared Eric.
I take the wine, I sniff it, and I sort of put it down in front of me and just kind of watch it steam. And then I say, "Thank you, boy."
Eric says nothing, tries to just appear respectful, and tries to go back into the shadows as much as he can.
And Rowan, Eric, does going with Lungari sound like the right next move for you?
Probably. I think I would probably want to tell the nobles that there's a trader that travels in and out, and perhaps we could all travel together, have a caravan situation.
The Johan, one of the one who has been, I would say, I guess, the kindest to you so far, says, "Do you think there will be room for all of us there?"
I'm not sure. We might have to, arrange for some horses to follow, but I understand from the talk of the villagers that it's quite a dangerous road, so, traveling
mentioned wolves.
in numbers. I would imagine...
I heard them say wolves. And that's going to be a problem for me because I am not a huge wolf lover.
Oh, you don't love them.
I don't love wolves.
Oh, that will be hard.
I've seen you get, chummy. Or you like animals,
I tend to enjoy the company of animals more than the company of most humans. It's true.
That's what I find so interesting about you, Rowan.
Well, I think you're interesting as well, but for entirely different reasons. The good ones.
The poetry. Right.
Yes. You've come a long way with the poetry. Lucky for you traveling with a bard.
What if I could write you a song, or I write the words and you write the music or something?
I would love that.
Okay, well I'll get to work.
Excellent. You let me know when it's done, and I'll give it a look over.
So during the next few hours, first you are shown up to the finest room in the house, which is, Spartan by your standards, but very nice by the standards of a country inn. It has a small bed. A little mat has been laid out for Monto. For the dog, the Pekingese. And most of your trunks have been brought up. One really couldn't fit through the door, which is narrow, so it's sort of sitting outside of the door. And Eric, York doesn't have many other tasks for you. He says you can sort of have a seat and rest your bones. Is there anything that you were looking to get done?
Yes. What I really want to do is put my hood up a little bit and find a corner and pretend to be awake
Okay.
and be as inconspicuous as possible while trying to
But actually be
sleep.
asleep?
Yes.
Okay. Sure. You could roll a deception check. Or performance. You could roll a performance check if you like.
I mean, I have stealth.
It's really not working for you, Eugene. If anything, I think it might have gotten further.
It
You
did,
seem
'cause
smaller.
I seem smaller because I pushed it once to zoom, and then it unzoomed. I thought it was. What if I stand up?
No. Nothing's happening.
Oh, now?
No.
Did I get bigger?
No. Now it's just moved, so
Oh.
now when you sit
I
down, it's
think
going to
that-
be even worse.
In the future, this light behind you is too much. There should be light in front of you and no light behind you.
Too much light behind me.
Yeah.
Okay. That. Oh,
Just because
Oh, there you go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
okay. Wonderful.
it found you.
I found you.
I think if you
Okay.
lean back a little bit, it gets more light on your face.
Which is
and
good.
then It identifies you
As a
more.
human
Oh, this is
being.
fun. I kind of like sitting like this. Okay, yes, Eric. Roll a performance
whole new
check.
attitude. I was
Now,
saying.
I'm feeling a kind of
what
a
if-
club random vibe. now.
Is there a way that I could finagle this into I'm actually hiding and it's stealth? Like I'm find a corner in the back of the cellar or something?
Yeah.
Negotiating.
That's more like what he would do.
Yeah.
He's
yeah, you
hiding.
want to hide.
He's hiding. Okay. Fuck.
This is like me at the USC
So I get
warehouse where I used to sleep during work.
6. You mean in the book stacks?
Yeah. No. In the distribution center where we would send out like calendars and
Right.
blankets and
I
stuff.
think I slept in the book stacks.
And I was like, wait a minute, there's blankets and pillows here. And it's big.
I left the book stacks and applied for my job at the computer store while I was on the clock.
Oh. Yeah. See?
Anyway.
I think they encourage that kind of thing. So you do manage to get a little bit of shut-eye. Sleep for you is not particularly restful.
It never is.
No. So you have visions of a forest path with trees clawing out from the sides, and you're running toward the end of it, and you begin to make out the shape of a beguiling, and even to you in your, as you are awakening into your manhood, kind of attractive woman. And as you get closer, she is revealed to have like wizened, grotesque features. And she herself looks like she is, a craggy tree. But her mouth opens and out streams like snakes and spiders and horrible creatures of all kinds. And then you wake up.
Yeah.
R&R.
Yeah, it's never-ending nightmare.
So what you wake up to is a man with a red checkered scarf around his neck and a sort of a cap, that like kind of a floppy red cap on his head. He seems to be in his 70s or 80s, so he's been around the block, and he's now kind of got his thumbs in his under his waist of his kind of dusty pants, and he's talking to York. Says 4 travelers, 8 travelers. I'm supposed to take them all, and that's kind of where you find their conversation. All of you overhear this if you want to intervene.
I mean, I'm not the intervening type.
No.
Right now, Yurik's thinking about if he can sneak into one of Lady Land's bags.
Like into a bag?
Yeah.
Well, there's the trunk that's been left outside the room.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible.
I mean, I want to scope it out. I mean, I've got lockpicking abilities.
Would Lady Lan be staying in her room mostly?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're trying to be quiet with her in the room, you should
in
roll
mind.
a stealth check.
Monto's in the room too.
Monto is in the room, so you should roll a stealth check.
Here we go. 21.
Okay. So
Monto's
Monto,
like sleeping or something.
yeah, apparently napping, resting, doesn't notice as you approach this oak-bottomed green and red chest with a lock on it. It is perfectly Eric-sized if you kind of scrunch up into a ball.
Yeah. I'm gonna see what I can get done on this lock here.
Okay. Do you have thieves' tools?
You know, I actually don't have thieves' tools.
You don't need
I
them
am
if you are trained.
Proficient.
Yes. Then you may try to open the lock.
Okay. You see?
I did see.
It's a 1.
Ah, wow. 2 1s to start off.
You were so
I got
stealthy.
a 2 also.
So you begin playing with the lock. It's really easy to open,
Oh.
but it does break in the process of you trying to jimmy it. Bless you. Be blessed.
Looking at it, and starting to panic, sweating, hoping I don't hear anybody coming in, but F it.
With the sweat and everything, you should roll another perception check for Monto.
Oh, I should run a perception check for Monto? Okay.
Yes.
Wait, should I use... But I should use the Mastiff stats.
It has
Yes.
heightened
Yes.
perception, I'm sure.
Yes.
You know, for some things. But with disadvantage because he is dozing.
Okay. Yes, it's +3 perception, but... Ooh. Oh, I didn't look at that. It's a 1. So you said with disadvantage,
Yeah.
right? So
okay,
there
so
you
it's the one. All right.
So
So
Monto's really snoozing.
yes. So you're holding this lock in your
Little
hands.
legs
He's like,
twitching.
Put it in my pocket and I get in.
Okay. So
Get in the trunk.
you get in the trunk. Well, actually, first you have to figure out what to do with the stuff that's in there.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So it's well, what is in there?
it's a lot of clothes.
A lot of clothes. All clothes.
In that trunk. Yeah.
Well, I'm what? I'm in a hallway, right? I assume, or like, I'm outside her door.
Yes. There's one corridor with 3 room doors off of it, and then the stairs going downstairs. It's kind of railroad style.
It's not, well, I will say that everything in there is packed. It's not like overflowing with stuff in the sense that everything is packed
Nicely.
very nicely.
I grab whatever I can carry, and I go to the next room and knock on the door.
No answer.
Try to open that door.
It's open.
Hell yeah! And just dump it.
Okay.
Go as many trips as I need to empty out everything. If there's anything particularly valuable, I will pocket it. If it's
These
small.
are very nice clothes, but nothing small.
Right.
Or is there any jewelry or anything in that trunk?
Not in that trunk, no.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so nice clothes, but nothing.
A scarf?
Is there a scarf?
There are
Like-
things that an untrained eye might think is a scarf, sure.
Okay. What is it really?
It's just like fine silks, you know.
Okay.
I'll grab one fine silk.
Okay, you add it to your character sheet.
Yep.
Okay, and then you get in the trunk. You got to be in there for a while.
You know, I think there are people looking for me. So,
All right, you're in the trunk.
this is what I think I should do.
So, up to Lungari first approaches your group and says, "Okay, I understand that there are travelers among you who would like my cart to take up to Barovia."
Rowan just anticipating these clueless ass nobles trying to have a conversation with this man, just like steps in and is like, "Hey, so what we were thinking more so, we recognize you have, limited space. So we were going to inquire about mounts in the village that our party could use, and maybe we could sort of follow you in a caravan, you being the experienced guide, and of course these being dangerous roads and there being safety in numbers."
This could work, I think. Yes, and happily this will allow me to keep the things in the cart, which, of course, is a very good thing for me.
We'll pay you coin as well for being
Yes,
our guide.
no, this goes without saying.
Right,
This is not the
right.
service I provide for free, and it is a valuable one because these roads they can be dangerous.
Wolves, I hear.
Oh yes, wolves and others.
By the way, Lady Lan has sort of expected York to be arranging things for her.
Right.
Yeah.
So he still has not managed to negotiate getting all of the luggage in there.
Better get the luggage with you know who inside.
That'd be so funny.
Just like a year,
Throw out everything she didn't
later,
want.
someone is like, "What's in this trunk?" Opens it up. There's just like a skeleton, boy
With a
skeleton.
scarf.
Yeah.
True gothic horror. So
The saddest boy.
York very slowly goes up the stairs and then stops midway, thinking. No, he continues. I should have gotten that boy to tell her. Okay. He knocks on the door. My lady,
Enter.
there's... Okay, yes. All the way or just kind of open?
You may open it.
He
All the
opens
way.
it. He takes a step in. Hello. Sorry, I mean hello. Good evening. You'll be pleased to know that I actually managed to negotiate for well over half, meaning 4 of your 6 bags, to be placed onto the cart of Lungari, the merchant that I mentioned. And you'll be pleased to know that. Right?
Has the cart been emptied of all of its goods?
Almost all of them, yeah. There's a few more goods, plus, of course, space for you to sit in the cart. I don't think you would very much like to be riding on a horse.
No, I would not.
No, and you and this one.
And has the negotiation depleted the resources with which I provided you?
No, but here's why. This Lungari, he's fallen out of favor with his kinfolk, and he is looking for some way back into their good graces. He can't come back empty-handed. He needs to bring the goods from the village, and he needs to show that he has sold all of the wine that he was given. I think it won't be possible to take absolutely everything, if it pleases your lady ship.
Where is this man?
The man is downstairs.
Send him up.
Here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll send him up here.
Great.
Do you want me to come?
If it pleases you.
I'm not sure. Let me. And he goes down, and sort of grabs Lungari by the arm as he's in the middle of talking with Rowan and the others. Excuse me, I need to steal my guest for a moment.
You're fine. I need to go find horses for my party.
Oh, yeah, we have... You need 8 horses?
I suppose we do.
Can you
That lot's not probably
double
not too
up?
keen on doubling. I don't know. They're a bunch of. They're awfully proud. I'm not sure that they'd. Be
Well,
up for it.
with a cart, you might be... If they can walk a pace...
They certainly will not walk. I can tell you that right now.
Oh, gosh.
Could we give them mules and tell them that they're horses?
You tell me. Is that a possibility?
And some of them are not very bright.
Okay. I'll get the mules. I'll get the horses. And, oh, right, yes. Lungari, the guest is not pleased. I said exactly what you told me, and she was like, okay, did you deplete all the, And he says, all right, I'll go speak with her. He makes his way upstairs, and arrives at your door. So you see this somewhat cranky-looking and bedraggled old man. So you already know. You've spoken with my friend. You know I've done my best.
I understand that you must sell all of the wine that you have brought.
Yes?
How much would it cost to buy all of the wine?
at least 8 more gold pieces.
8 gold pieces. Damn, those expensive. 8 gold pieces. She sort of like.
The Wizard of
looks-
Wines makes some of the finest.
She looks at York, who also came back up, I assume. I do not like to haggle. Is 8 gold pieces truly the cost of this wine? Please do not lie to me, I will know.
What is cost? You know, it's such a... And York says, I bet you could get it for 6, I think.
6 gold pieces, plus whatever remains of Mr. York's gold piece, though a generous tip for Mr. York. And all of my luggage goes onto the cart.
You drive a hard bargain, but if I sold the wine, I sold the wine. I just need enough space for a few of the pots and pans I've purchased here, and that'll be well. So it's all in this room?
And one outside. But that one shouldn't be too heavy. Just clothes.
Okay. All right. Let's depart. Are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Eric's asleep.
He's sleeping in the trunk?
Trying as best he can.
Well, it is loaded with York is looking around for Eric, but assumes kind of wistfully, smiling that he's
He made it.
he's gone to sleep somewhere. And which is kind of true. With some help from Rowan, things are loaded onto the cart. I don't know if Lady Lon, would you also pay Rowan for their services?
But what did Rowan do?
Helped load some of the luggage. It would not have been possible
Oh,
without.
no, I would just assume that York has that handled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Rowan is just trying to get on the road.
Yeah, probably. They have business to take care of.
Well, with that, it's still daylight, and Lungari says, I believe if we make good time, we can get to the gates by evening, and there the locals will pick up the goods, pick up you as well, and from there I think you can go to village of Barovia and whatever it is you want to do there. He says with a kind of a wry smile. Shall we?
Excellent.
So you begin your journey through the mountain pass, going up to Barovia. It's a little more rocky and a little more overgrown than the road that brought you so far here. Eric, that makes for a very uncomfortable journey.
Having a horrible time.
Yeah, you're really not
Well, if you
enjoying
hadn't dumped
that
all of the clothes, maybe it'd be more comfortable.
very much at all. On the other hand, you are able to kind of make the most of the quiet time. There's not a lot of talking. Roan, what has your relationship been so far with, like the people around you, insofar as talking goes? Are they trying to get your attention? Are they?
Probably not. Like I think Rowan puts a lot of effort. It definitely doesn't come easily to them, but they put a lot of effort into trying to occupy this role of like a kind of a fun gossipy bard who can divert these courtiers.
What is the sort of topic du jour?
Oh, I think they're probably making fun of people in the court that are not there.
That's like a perennial favorite.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We love to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are the latest rumors?
Oh gosh. Well, bastards galore. as
Of
always.
course. I love that show.
And I even have it on good word that I was going to say king. There is not a king of England right now. There is a queen of England.
That's right.
That joke doesn't work. Never mind.
There's a prince.
Yeah, right on. Okay. And I even heard that the prince has, of late, oft been humbled in the act of love, if you know what I mean.
Wow. That's so cool.
That's quite scandalous.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to tell them back at home about this.
I know a few people in the palace, so, you just hear things.
Oh, it's amazing. What a story.
Yeah, they're a bunch of, dumb fuckers, really.
So, with that conversation kind of simmering, is there anything that you want to talk to Lungari about? He seems pretty content just sort of driving you up.
Yeah, I think I'd want to probably, under the guise of, like, small talk and just, trying to fill the time, asking questions like, how have things been around here lately? Just interested to know what a, day in your life is like. What's going on the roads up here?
Oh, well, he sort of scratches at his chin. Outside Barovia, very quiet, actually. There's not I go, I pick up the wine, I bring it here, and bring back small trinkets and tinker's items. It's, I do miss my clan, but it's not been anything out of the ordinary, I guess I could say, although what's ordinary?
It's a good question.
Wolves, of course, this season always a menace, but this is why you need Lungari's help.
Very true. You mentioned other things. What kind of other things do you see out on the road?
They say that on certain nights, wolves and other beasts can become more than beasts, closer to murderous, like man. But I've not seen this myself here. Just rumors, after all. It helps with business. I can tell you that much.
Well, here's hoping we don't see any on the road today.
Rumors like this are not uncommon here. Especially in Barovia, it's an ancient land. People with ancient superstitions.
I also come from a place with quite a lot of superstition.
Where is this?
It's not always bad. Scotland?
Scotland.
Yes. It's the English like to say that,
Oh, I know
part of
English.
England, but it's not really true.
Well, you don't sound... I've met English before. You do not sound like that.
Right, we're a whole other place, really.
But close.
But close by, yeah.
Yes, well, I don't know. In your place, do you like outsiders?
Oh, I think that depends. If you were there with a cart full of wine, we'd like you, definitely. But, outsiders are welcome in certain places, and in others, kindly ask that they keep a respectful distance.
Well, one word of warning. Barovia is like the second one, but everywhere.
Got it, right.
It's people keep to themselves. Yes. Eric, are you any hunger pangs or anything?
Just discomfort. I mean, Eric suffers from constant headaches, so always managing pain on some level and used to being quiet about it. So this is kind of not too far off what he's used to. I mean, it's very uncomfortable.
And is he curious about what's going on out there? Do you think he might have picked up the gist?
Yes. Yes, because he does not know anything about where he's going at all.
Has he? Are you trying not to reveal yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to stay still and not make crying or moaning sounds.
Okay. And how is Lady Lon feeling about the journey? She doesn't usually travel exposed to the elements. It's quite a sunny day, and it's very bumpy.
She's sort of like sitting like very upright and like trying to not let any bump sort of like shake her. But like Monto's growling the whole way.
Well, before
she's not engaging in the conversation with, the nobles at all.
Right. Do you think they would try to engage her in conversation? I mean, she is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think they definitely would.
Would Rowan?
I think Rowan would probably see how Lady Lon reacts to the nobles asking, like, idiot questions.
Yeah.
And just be like, I'm gonna if I want to talk to her, I'll do it later. But they would definitely think that she is very fabulous.
So how does Lady Lon respond to the nobles who are sort of asking her, why do you look like that? How...
She just kind of like looks at them and then just like looks forward.
She's not very talkative. This is Georg.
Do they like speak louder and then slower?
Yeah, yeah.
Where are you from? She might be more talkative if you had something better to say, perhaps.
What? Like you have a suggestion?
What brings you to Barovia? It might be better than why do you look like that?
I bet that's not going to work. I'm just going to try it to prove to you that it's not going to work.
You may have burned a few bridges on your first attempts.
What brings you to Barovia?
Lady Lon has heard obviously the whole conversation, so turns to Rowan and says, "I've heard it is the farthest place on Earth," and then goes back to her.
Lungari sort of laughs at this. I have not heard that, but I think some could say that it's true, yes. And look, there it is. And as you look forward, the fog sort of spills out of the gates, or out of the forest rather, and it starts to swallow up the road behind you. And the woods become more and more impenetrable as they plunge forward into this mountainside. And from both sides of this road, a high stone buttress juts out. It's looming well above the gray fog, and these huge iron gates that hang on the stonework are at an odd angle, but very clearly closed. There's still a bit of dew with kind of a tenacious grip on the rusted bars, and so it's glinting even at this distance. And two enormous headless statues are standing next to the gates, larger than any that you've ever seen. even Lady Lon, who's seen some pretty impressive things. These armed guardians they're headless, with their heads now lying in the weeds at their feet. It's very quiet. You start to hear the sounds of the woods and the bird song recede, and you begin to see that there is a bit of a encampment set up. 3 people are seated around a fire, and they wave at Lungari as you approach. There are a couple tents, and they wave impatiently as though they've been waiting for him for some time. He hops off the wagon and roll a perception check. The 2 that aren't confined to a trunk.
Roll with my big die.
Damn.
Is that one?
2. Perceive nothing.
Nat 20
Whoa!
Damn. Okay.
for a total of 23.
So, Rowan, you notice you just see a normal interaction. You notice that the larger and much younger man who greets Lungari doesn't return the hug warmly, and in fact sort of manhandles him in a way to sort of express some dominance in a way that strikes you as, they're not quite friends. The light is very dim here, much dimmer than it was even half a mile back. And there's a sort of hazy feel to the whole world around you here. And you can barely see the sterile light of the sun. Lungari walks back to you and says, This is my friend. He says, unfortunately, that we've just missed our escort for the day, but we can stay in. And I must say he was a little upset at me for failing to bring everything. Maybe if we didn't have to pack anyway. It doesn't make sense to second guess now. But if we spend the night here, they'll be back first thing in the morning to open the gates and allow us in.
Spend the night where?
Well, you see, there are very fine tents. I'm sorry, encampments
I see.
for you, and for your beast. And they will be cooking food. In fact, he's a very fine musician, not Zentori, but his friend there. So, we'll enjoy ourselves here at the gates of Barovia. Does that suit you?
I mean, no, but Lady Lon also sort of senses that's. I suppose it's fine for one evening only.
You have little choice. I'm afraid to say.
I'm sure I have something that I could sleep on in the large trunk.
Yes. So, nighttime. Nighttime approaches. It's getting much darker than you're used to along the roads, which have, lights intermittently around them. Here, there's very little. But there is the music of the Vistani, who are all of them are dressed similarly in this red attire, and they begin sitting around the fire, telling stories and enjoying drink, as is their wont, and invite you to have a seat with them. In the meantime, one of them helps Lungari unload the cart and sort of set things on the ground to get ready for putting it on apparently the escorts that will come in the morning and their carts. As he sets down the trunk that Eric is in, he rolled an 18, and he did notice that there was something thumping in there. So he opens it just a hair and says, "Hello."
Hello.
Shall I keep quiet your intrusion? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable outside.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of this thing.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to this trunk was open. This empty trunk was open.
So you now see that the trunk is open and Eric comes out.
So I'm I'm wearing these like sort of metal claws, nail protectors, and I kind of like go like this. Boy, what has become of my clothes?
Eric has gathered the small amount of coins that he's received over the evening and has them out.
Lungari sort of gestures at you to put them away. I don't think this will suffice. She's very fanciful.
I'm sorry. I feared for my life. I needed to escape. I offered you, in exchange for safety, anything that you want from here, from now to forever. Whatever you need. I will make myself useful enough to make up for however long it takes until that you feel you've been made whole from this experience.
Lady Lon is sort of like, she's intrigued by the fact that you're saying that you're running from something, but she's amused by the fact that you think that you can, that she's like, and how will you protect me, little boy?
I will care for your dog, and I'm very resourceful. I don't have. I'll do anything. I don't have any sense of morals, so whatever you want me to do, I'll do it. Like things that you won't do, that you need to have done, I can do.
Those were very fine clothes. Did you throw them away?
Yeah.
I see.
I was panicked. I would not have if I did not fear for my life. I'm. Were I to do it all again, I would come and beg your mercy before
I doubt that.
acting so rashly.
But she says, well, as I said, they were very nice clothes. So we'll see how you can make it up to me. But you're here now. And then she turns to the trader. She goes, if my clothes do happen to be found, you may bring them here and I will reward you.
He begins to agree, but the man who greeted him, the one he referred to as Zentori, sort of steps in. He's very, very handsome, with kind of this jutting, dimpled jaw, searching eyes, and again this red scarf. And he says, "Madam, I assure you that our client is very adept at making all sorts of clothings, and we can make for you something you'll very like.
Melvan kind of like looks at him, and she's like, I'm sure you can, but those clothes were irreplaceable. So, as I said, if they're found, but again, they are just things.
Well, in the meantime, do you not like my beautiful clothing that I wear?
I have plenty of other clothing. That was just one of my trunks, but thank you.
Well, look, let us sit and enjoy this nice evening. Can I interest you in... And he grabs off of the truck a rare vintage. No one will notice if a bottle is missing. The
Bye.
Wizard of Wine's finest Red Dragon Crush.
By all means.
Okay, feel free to pass this around.
Oh, hell yeah.
I feel like we've stopped at
Oh,
like the
wow.
Jade Factory. You know, like
Fantastic.
Yes, I think you'll enjoy, and there is more of this to be found in Barovia. Now, Dimitri, play us a tune.
I
And
feel like I should pull it for you.
oh,
Servant.
that's true. That's true. Boy.
I don't have a cup.
Oh.
Okay, I'll drink from the bottle.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can role play drinking
I
from the
don't think
bottle.
Nick's gonna have one. You can probably have his cup.
Yeah, you can have my cup.
Okay.
Does it taste like juice, basically?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's one of the ones
Courtesy
that's
of Strahd.
not de-alcoholized.
Interesting.
So it's like just because I've heard that the process of doing that, actually, those ones don't taste as good versus ones where they are like, no, we're just going to make a non-alcoholic wine.
Yeah, I like
are
this.
better.
It doesn't seem like it's trying to make a fake alcohol.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just trying to like taste
It's
good.
just like a nice
Yeah.
taste.
Oh,
Well-
yeah.
They talk well into the night. They say, after they've had quite a bit to drink, "Come, surely you must be curious about the place that you are going. I can tell you anything. The Lungari, he's simple. He wouldn't know. But I can... What do you want to know? What can I help you with?"
Eric's just got open ears. He wants to ask questions, but would not be.
Has Eric had alcohol before?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
And is like, it might be disturbing how casual he is with it.
He's like, and swishing it around.
Yeah.
A fine vintage.
Well, it helps the visions. Damn. It tamps down the.
By the way, I have given you a brush and a squirming dog.
Oh yes.
How does Monto feel about Eric?
You know, Monto was like pretty grumbly, but once Monto understood that Eric was brushing Monto's hair, I think Monto was like, fine.
Eric's
Mon-
trying not to give
Monto's-
off fear vibes to the dog.
If Monto doesn't bite you, like Monto, you're good. You know, Monto's
Yeah.
not like a tail waggy dog.
Very calm. Rowan, how do you feel about Monto?
That's a really good question, actually. I think Rowan would feel very amused. I don't think they've seen many dogs like that before.
Like a lapdog?
Yeah. You know, the popular dogs with court members in England are usually like sporting breeds and
Sure.
so seen a lot of those, but not so much like little Pekingese dogs. So I
yappy
think
dogs.
they're kind of they're looking at it and just kind of like chuckling to themselves a little bit.
Well, Monto does seem to be getting more comfortable as the evening goes on. But yeah, Zentori returns to his question. Is there... there's the old Svalich Road. That is where you will be going tomorrow. along the way to the village Barovia. Why have you come?
Well, for this party that I'm with.
And speaking of party, they are tying one on. The nobles are really enjoying themselves. They've heard about Vistani before, but have never seen them, so they're, it's a curiosity. They are being a little bit offensive.
Probably being horrible.
Yeah. But the people that you've met up with are indulging it in a way. They're playing music, they're dancing and singing, clapping. And the nobles are loving it. Yeah. But yes, what about you? Are you a guide then?
Well, not so much. I'm more good, company diversion on the road. I play harp, spin a tale or two.
Yeah, well, that's a little bit like us. Not harp, but accordion, etc. And then what of you?
I've heard that this is a good place to get lost. Would you agree?
You'll find no argument from me. And they all chuckle quite a bit at your statement. And Boy?
I was told that I would find safety?
A very good place to get lost. Yes, I think that's definitely
how
true.
Quiet everyone was.
And they do begin to quiet down a bit. And after each of you, it's been a lot of travel, a long day. You are overcome with sleep. And you wake up with just an awful headache. Everyone roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Really?
17.
6.
Eric can drink everybody under the table.
It's actually unfortunate because I feel like Lady Lan actually surprisingly can really hold her liquor. So it must be the altitude or something.
There must be something else going on.
Yeah, there must be something else going on.
7.
Yeah.
Wait, can I roll for Monto?
Did Monto have some of the wine?
Probably.
Can
Wait, actually, I don't know.
Can I guidance
Eric
myself?
didn't know that Monto's not supposed to have wine.
I don't think that. Well, there's not really a.
Trying to get him to go to sleep.
Awesome.
Monto's doing better than me.
I'm gonna
Let's put it that
guidance
way.
myself. Whoa, 11.
Okay. All right. Better.
Yes.
So you are a little more clear-headed. Clear-headed enough to notice two things. First, you remember your dreams quite vividly, actually.
Are you speaking to everyone?
Just Rowan.
Oh, just Rowan.
None of you can recall your dreams, which for Eric is kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
You recall parting the curtains to a tent, and inside was an old woman sat behind a table covered in a purple patterned tablecloth and a set of cards.
Hell yeah.
And you first observed her looking at and turning over the cards, watching as she studied each one, and then she looked up and looked directly at you, and said, "You're late, but still, there's time. Seek me out." And when you woke up, you felt something in your hand, and if you reach under in the little gap in the table, there's a card that you found yourself holding.
What?
The Seer.
That's really cool.
And the next thing you notice, and this is all of you, is that there's no sign of the Vistani. There's no sign of the wagons. There's no sign of your things.
What?
There's no sign of Monto. Anything that you were not wearing when you went to sleep or was held in your hands is gone.
But what if Monto was in my hands?
I'm used to that.
He no longer is.
Okay.
So, armor, if you doffed it, is gone. Weapons, if you took them off of you, are gone. What does that mean for you guys?
I sleep with my weapons, so my weapons and what I'm wearing, I guess, is what I have.
Okay. So your claws are still on.
I'm
my
very
tool-
lucky to not be affected by this because I am sleeping just bundling up in my coat.
I mean, I still have lots of finery on and jewelry, but that's it.
Yeah, everything else is gone. And your armor?
I think I kind of feel, and definitely feel free to tell me, like, no, you're being silly. But with Rowan's history with this place, I feel like they would probably at least keep their weapons close. They might sleep in their armor, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if that's like going too far.
You tell me. If you believe it would have been the case, then we can allow it.
I think I'm probably underestimating how uncomfortable sleeping in leather armor would be, so probably weapons on them, but no armor.
I will say though, I think Lady Lon, and I'm not trying to like get around this, but I don't think that. How heavy is a gold piece?
A small coin.
So I think she still has her money, because I don't think she's not someone who like sleeping out in the open. She's gonna like have her. Purse,
Well, but
her
whoever
pouch.
took your stuff would probably have been after it. So
Okay,
I
fair,
would
fair.
say they can roll a sleight of hand check contested. Well, actually, no. You were drugged. I feel like they would have taken it.
Okay.
And as armor would have been difficult, but Rowan's weapons, I think, are gone too. They just would have easily been able to take them.
I think the two weapons. One, I don't think they would have taken the things off my hands. And
Yes,
B,
I don't believe that they would have known that
realize-
those were weapons.
And then my other weapon is kind of like in my pocket.
Well, you hear you hear a creak, and the gates open slightly, just enough to slip through. Although you don't see a reason to, until you hear some rustling, and then a howl. A deep howl. And then you hear more than one. Like 3, 4, 5 maybe. And...
Is Johan freaking out?
Oh, I forgot to mention. Half of the nobles are slain around you,
Oh,
Worth
no.
noting.
Yeah.
and the other half are gone.
Wow.
I mean, I'm looking around for
Johann is one of the dead ones.
Oh no, Johann.
Oh no, he was nice. At least I won't have to write
I am looking around
bloody song.
for Monto and calling to Monto.
You hear howls in return, but not Monto's howl. Then we should
Really?
take a break and then roll initiative.
Oh my god.
Okay, folks,
I'm a furd.
we'll be back in 10 minutes. Okay, we're back. Oh yeah, point that thing towards me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now I can't see you, so
Well,
I can't tell if it's.
It's from when I'm...
I can't tell if
'Cause of
it's,
the chair?
Yeah, the chair. So I can't see if it's showing you anymore.
Well, we're
I
here
can.
now.
It is.
Okay, great. So, where are you guys situated? Let's start with Lady Lon.
Well, where did we start?
By the tents here.
I mean, I'm probably out a bit further towards the wolves because I was looking for Monto.
Okay. How about Rowan?
Is that us?
Yeah.
Oh, I think Rowan's probably hanging back by the tents.
Okay. And then roll initiative as well, please. Eric?
All right. It's just plus dex, right?
Yes.
Yeah. As hidden as possible.
Okay. Put you behind a tent there.
Yeah.
Bad choice.
Okay, rolling
Okay.
initiative.
Yes.
12.
1. God.
Oh. 9.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
Oh god, now I gotta know what to do.
Yes. So
Yeah, you're supposed to be protecting me.
we begin with Eric. The wolves are advancing on you, and Eric. Actually, everybody roll a perception check.
Whoa.
19.
Well,
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice. Wait, so 20. We are, for the purposes of this campaign, not doing
Nat.
criticals for skill checks, meaning you can still fail some skill checks.
Okay.
But you notice one wolf too that seems to be moving with less animal ferocity than the other ones, and it seems to be sort of commanding the others with nudges, with nods of its head, and with like snarls. So yes, Eric, you are first. And
Oh,
then
boy.
Next up is Rowan.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. Eric, trembling in fear.
Yes.
Um,
Has Eric ever seen a wolf before?
no.
They're scary.
Is like kind of frozen and paralyzed in fear, just starts to close his eyes to try to block out what is happening as much as humanly possible.
Okay, close his eyes. Is that a bonus action?
No. That is, that's just
That's a free action.
it's like yes, exactly.
okay.
And in doing that, in his concentration, a wave of psychic energy shoots out of his head at that head wolf. Am I 120 feet away from that head wolf? main one?
You are
I would
2,
like to.
4, 6, 8. No,
Each
1,
square is 5.
3. Yeah, you got 120 feet here.
Yeah,
This one here or that one there?
the that one.
Oh, it looks like it. Yeah.
I'll
Let's see.
I'll adjust if I need. He stumbles forward to get as close as he needs to.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you need to move
like
a couple
in
squares.
front of those bedrolls or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
And
a blast of psychic energy.
Psychic stab.
And this is a good time to note that we are using the talent class from MCDM.
The talent.
The talent. Okay, what does psychic stab do?
Look at that.
Those are my personal papers.
Within action.
Okay.
One creature you can see within, and this is a first order, so I don't have to roll.
Yeah.
It's like a cantrip. One creature you can see within range must make an intelligence saving throw. On a failed save, the target takes 1d10 psychic damage.
One creature you can see within range
Makes an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, well, wolves are famously
So
not
I
that great at that.
suppose the eyes close, but I can see.
What is the DC?
For my save?
Yeah,
For the
it
save?
should be 8 plus proficiency plus.
Yeah, I have that. Plus my
Modifier.
intelligence, 14.
Okay, the wolf just makes its save.
Damn it.
It winces but withstands this blast of psychic energy. Does it have a look to it?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
It's like a pulsing blue energy.
Okay. And it doesn't do anything if it fails.
Right.
Okay. Any bonus action? Okay. Any additional movement?
Back to where I started.
Okay. Rowan, you're up.
Right, so I am going to try to catch as many of these wolves as I can in an entangle spell. So I think if I can go for those 3 right there in the center.
Is that a square?
It is a square, yes.
20 foot?
20 feet square.
20 foot square.
Or a 20-foot square, not 20 feet square.
Okay. So I think you can get them all.
Amazing. So yeah, I'm going to cast Entangle.
Okay, cool. It's a strength save?
Yes, against 13.
Okay. All of the wolves are snared up by the vines that are reaching out of the ground at your command.
How about that?
The dirt road is overgrown all of a sudden with these thorny vines that are creeping up from the sides. And they have no movement, right?
Yes, they are restrained.
Restrained, but no damage.
Correct.
Okay. And
Real fast, I want to change the way that the look of my psychic energy.
Okay, yeah. What do we want it to look like?
I think it's more like it looks like a warping of time and space. So it's like almost like reality is like rippling like a mirage.
Warping of time and space, reality rippling like a mirage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt with that.
That's
Cool.
what you want to go with?
That absolutely.
Really?
That works.
Sure. All right.
You want to punch it up?
No. It's okay, man.
Hey, I'm not precious
Time
about
and
it.
space. It's cool. All right.
I think it's cool. I think it's groovy. Okay. It is. Any bonus action for you?
Well, I don't have a weapon. I can't.
Wow, that's so
Can't
intense.
cast Shillelagh.
Yep.
And I imagine looking for a stick I could cast Shillelagh on would like be a full action.
Correct.
So, yep, that's it for me.
You can look for the stick and identify a stick on the ground.
All right, I will look for a stick. I will
Okay.
scan the ground with my.
So you can do that as a bonus action. And
Do a nature check.
You see a nice, good, firm, sizable stick just a few feet away over here.
Man, those aren't that easy to come by. That's
No,
I like that stick.
a kid would be so excited about this.
Yeah.
Well,
Eric is like, oh.
it's the
have it when I'm
turn.
done.
It's the turn of the wolves, and they are the three that are restrained
It's the
are
turn
just
of the wolves.
snarling and gnashing their teeth. I think they were supposed to have made their check now, but I already did it. So
Oh right, yeah.
at the start of their turn, but I already did it. So this other one, again, the one that seems to be a bit more intelligent, skirts the vines and begins to walk very calmly toward you, but around this way. And this wolf runs at its full speed, which is enough to get to Lady Lon and bites at her. Man, you guys, that was a good entangle spell. It bites at her, surely hitting with a 20 to hit roll. And dealing 6 damage. So it rips a chunk out of your calf with its teeth, and you could swear that you see some recognition in this wolf, and almost a smile as it does so. We are up to your turn, Lady Lon.
So Lady Lon is pissed.
You're upset about this?
I'm pretty pissed about. I was already extremely upset, but I'm even more upset. So I'm gonna rage as I take my bonus action first and rage, and then I'm going to just like unsheath my claws and just dig them into the wolf that's right in front of me.
Okay.
Yes.
Roll to hit.
Damn it, 5. Oh, but 5 is 5 hits. Whew.
Wait, why does 5 hit? What do you mean?
So 5.
No,
Oh, no.
you have a plus 5.
Plus 5. So 10.
10. Yeah, so you swipe at it, but you just, with the pain to you, you can't dig your claws deep enough into its thick matted fur and its natural armor. Do you want to try to move away?
Oh no. No.
Okay, you're in it. You're in it to win it.
Yeah.
Very well. Eric, your turn again.
Oh no.
And Rowan, you're up next.
Okay. I am going to try again with this psychic stab on the one that is right in front of
Right in front of the lady?
the lady. Let me sorry, really fast. I got to double check something really quick.
Move these other
Okay.
dice out of the way. It's blocking my chi.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it another psychic stab.
Okay.
So
It's a int save, yes?
yes,
Okay.
14.
Didn't make it.
didn't make the save.
No.
1d10.
1d10.
Nice.
That's not a d10.
Because you're
You rolled a 12.
This is d10
Yes.
with
No.
zeros.
No.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's
Can be.
It can be. It's
Yeah.
100.
same, right? 3.
Okay. No bonus?
Oh. Do I get a bonus to damage?
Well, I would
Probably
think
not
that...
on like the cantrip equivalent of
No.
I don't think so.
that.
I guess because, like, Sacred Flame, there's a save
there's
for
no
Sacred
bonus.
Flame and there's no bonus.
There is for Eldritch Blast, right? Or
Yes.
there can be.
Yeah, depending
There
on
can
the
be.
invocation.
I mean, it just says they take 1d10,
Okay. Then,
right? So it
Yes.
would,
Yeah,
that's
no,
that.
That's it.
then this wolf takes 3 damage, and it's sent reeling back, and it sort of starts to like bite at phantom shapes that aren't there, but is spurred back along. Rowan, you're up. Unless you're moving, Eric.
I'm gonna move around the back.
Around this way.
Yeah, on the other side of that fire.
Well, you can only get about that far.
Okay,
All right.
that's fine.
All right.
If I run forward and pick up the stick, does that count as like an object interaction?
No, I think you can pick up the stick
Okay.
at a trot.
Right on. So I'm gonna pick up the stick.
Wait, to be clear, if it's an object interaction, is that bad or good? Because don't you get a free object interaction?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure.
So I'm gonna pick that up. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh. And kind of this big like knob grows at the end of the.
It looks
the stick.
very cool.
Now,
Now,
and it makes that noise.
keep in mind,
Looks cool.
it looks cool, and you guys, Lady
You're
Lon
like, what
has
the
never
fuck?
seen anything magical happen. You've only heard about it in storybooks.
I'm also pretty like you know, the psychic wave also was kind of like, oh.
Yes,
interesting.
but
Oh, also,
that
I
looks
didn't,
like less of something.
I didn't know that was going to happen also. So I'm terrified. and
Yes.
Crying.
Yeah. What? What? Yeah. I mean, the psychic thing was a little bit more subtle than this, though, which is like turning a stick into a bigger stick.
It's
I guess that
about.
doesn't sound anything. But,
Oh, what? You psychically stabbed a wolf? Let me see you turn a stick into a bigger stick.
believe me, it's cool.
It's harder than it
It's
sounds.
awesome.
So yeah, I mean up the ante, I think after seeing some weird psychic shit, Rowan's kind of like, the gloves are off. Let's or cat's out of the bag, I guess is the more apt idiom.
Yeah.
Let's do this thing. So they are going to cast a first level guiding bolt at
Okay.
the wolf in front of Lady Lon.
Wow. Very nice to Lady Lon. Okay. That is...
Oh yeah, I have to
She
roll
seems
for
like
that.
someone we want to
Yeah.
have alive after this.
That's
Yeah.
a ranged attack roll. Well, yeah, she is very impressive with her claws.
You are definitely the most capable person of the three of us.
Clearly not.
At
because-
least looking.
Oh no! That's a 7.
Yeah, so unfortunately that is not enough, and at this distance you just can't get enough of a look around Lady Lon, and your bolt of radiant energy goes wide.
Sad. That's my turn.
All right.
Picked up a stick.
Now the wolves go. Lady Lon is next. You hear this...
Do I notice that the wolf is the leader
at this point you do.
Okay.
What's your spell save DC again?
13.
Okay. One of them, the one here, gets free and also begins to run toward Lady Lon. And then changes direction suddenly at the urging of this one. He howls again, and you notice
Oh
What do
no.
I notice?
3 more wolves appear from the forest.
Oh no.
You can introduce your character anytime.
Because we might be dead anyway.
Again, this one, other than howling and seemingly communicating with the wolves, doesn't take any action. But this one runs, pivots around behind you, and takes another bite. Armor class?
12.
12? That counts your dexterity and your...
Oh. Well, my dexterity is 0, so that's
Okay,
not,
that's
that's
not good.
help.
And I believe you add your con, too, for unarmored defense.
Oh, right, because I'm not wearing any armor.
Oh,
Well,
the
that-
barbarians
that
have
could be
2,
100.
so 14. Constitution? Plus 2?
Yeah, but then where's the other 2 from?
Well, it was already 12.
I think that's why it was 12, because of the Constitution.
So you think it's just 12?
I think it's just 12.
So why were you giving me all this shit for?
Feels
Well,
low,
It
no?
felt low, but I guess, that's the character.
I'm only level 2.
Well, the AC doesn't go up until your stats go up. Okay, so unless
all
I'm
gonna die, aren't
misunderstanding
we?
how barbarians work, it's unarmored defense is 10 plus Constitution modifier plus Dexterity modifier, right? I mean, you put 12 for a reason. Anyway, yeah, this guy bites at your exposed shins and calves again.
I don't like this guy.
And deals a further 8 damage.
That would have killed me.
Oh, I'm not doing so great, but okay. Fair point.
Well, you can do something about that, perhaps. It is your turn.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'm gonna stab at this guy. Again. And let's
With
hope
your
for-
claws?
With my claws, and let's hope for a better result this time. Alright, this is more 22.
That's definitely a hit.
Okay. So it's 2d4. Oh wait. Is this a d4?
That's a d4.
This did not land in a way that I could understand.
It's the number at the top, I think.
But there was no. Oh, I see. Hold on. Okay, so 2 and 1. That's plus 3 slashing.
Okay.
So 6.
I think the plus 3 is only to hit, no?
No, with the slashing damage.
Oh, from your strength?
Oh wait, shit. No. That's just the. That's the weapon. No.
No.
Where does
I
the
don't think
plus
so.
3 come from then?
Either your dexterity or your strength. And you said dex was a 0 bonus.
Yeah, but strength is a plus 3.
Okay, so that's where it comes from. So 3. Did you say 1 plus 3?
3 plus 3.
3 plus 3. Okay. You dig your
Have
claws.
you been giving me an
No,
because
why?
I am in a rage? Like,
No, that's only if you choose to do.
trust. Saving
what-
throws.
No, what's it called?
No, wait, but there's
Reckless
oh, no.
attack.
Okay, wait, no, but there's another.
I'm not giving you anything automatically. You gotta ask for it.
Okay, well, there should be an extra plus 2 in addition to the plus 3.
From your. Yes.
Yeah, so it should be an additional plus 2.
So 8 damage total.
Yeah.
So yes, you plunge your claws into the neck of this wolf, and as you remove them, geysers of blood spurt out, sputtering on the embers in the fire, and it falls over dead.
Oh, fantastic.
And you're up next, Eric.
Wait. As my bonus action, I'm going to run over to that leader of the pack.
You mean as your movement?
Yeah, as my movement.
Okay. Okay. You run over to him, and he gets a quizzical look on his face, and almost a smirk. Eric, you're up.
Eric's gonna, as he's backing away from the 3 wolves that have approached him from the east, he's gonna try to use the movement to run through between those 2 tents and go over towards Rowan for some safety. And starts to just kind of cower at first. Has his attention towards that wolf that's on the other side of the campfire there, just clutching his head.
Wait, this one?
Yeah,
Oh, this is the one that Lady Lon just killed.
just kidding. Let me look at my range then. Hold on. Very quickly.
And Rowan, you're up next.
Then I'm gonna move closer, so I'm within 30 feet of the one that I'm pointing at.
This one?
No. Yeah, why not that one? The fancy one.
Okay, then you would have moved this way
Yes.
to get there.
Yes.
Okay.
And just in a fit of rage, like overwhelmed by pain and fear and all of it. He puts his hands up and throws them down towards this wolf.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna roll a d4 to try to manifest, not try to, but to manifest concussive slam. So if I roll
He's really drunken master.
it's a second order spell.
Okay.
So if I roll a 2 or higher out of this d4,
Okay.
there will be a concussive slam.
Okay.
4.
That's a 4. Okay, there will be a concussive slam.
And I take no strain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like I said, like a ripple of reality as appears to slam down on this an invisible force as
Okay.
like it slams down on him, causing 1d4 force damage.
All right.
And wait, so 4 damage,
Okay.
and he's knocked prone.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh,
So.
I like that.
So the
Do me a favor, knock him over.
Yeah, knock him.
leader of
Thank you.
this wolf pack is picked up into the air and then slammed down, leaving them prone, and also temporarily causing all the other wolves to sort of turn back toward them. Next up is Rowan.
Right. So, Rowan is going to look around and sort of go like, fuck it, better use everything we got. And I'm going to use a wild shape charge and transform into a panther.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay, I don't think I have one of those around here, so we'll just have to pretend.
I think you.
This
don't
is
have a
going to be the
panther?
scariest thing
I don't
Eric's
think
ever
I
seen.
have a panther. But yes.
It could be another wolf, or just continue being me, but we're like...
We'll
that's-
we'll pretend panther. It's a
that's
large
okay.
Wait,
creature.
hold
Call
on.
it
Use
for
the
the night.
power of imagination?
Well, here, why don't you
Oh wait,
let Lord
here,
pick
grab,
one
there,
of
there's a
behind
what's
you.
it called?
Just grab
A
something that-
displacer beast back there.
Oh, nice.
Second shelf. To the right of the cloud giant. It's a thing that looks like a cat.
I think you should have,
No, to your move your hand left.
like for award shows, I think you should have seat
There.
filler
What's that?
miniatures
Yeah,
that fill the
not a
spaces of
displacer
the ones
beast.
that you're using.
This looks like a more
Looks like
bounder.
Oh. Okay, yeah, you're right. It is a moorbounder. Well, it's a large creature,
But they're cooler.
and they're cooler. Okay.
Now Lady Lannis is like, what?
Yeah. What is happening?
What?
Nick, you know how I told you there weren't going to be enough sleeves? 3.
I got some sleeves. I'll hook you
I
up.
want them to be the same color. I have other color sleeves. I want 3 sleeves
Obviously,
of
you
one
have
different color.
other colored sleeves. Yeah, this is the worst.
Well, how fast can we get those on Amazon Prime?
Okay.
I don't know, as long
So,
as it's not going to take me too long.
Or no, shit. When you're not Circle of the Moon, Wild Shape is an action, not a bonus action. So yeah, I'm just gonna run up to the nearest one.
Okay.
2.
is
that's
there a
them.
wolf behind? There's still a wolf. There's another wolf
Yes,
there, right?
there's another wolf there.
And that's it for me.
Okay. Wild shape is a bonus action though.
When you're Circle of the Moon,
Oh, okay.
it is. Yeah, my brain did the same thing too. I was like, and then oh no, that's right. I'm a different circle.
Okay. Different circle. Well, it's the turn of the wolves. Lady Lon is next. Let's check for.
Let me guess, they're not.
This one breaks free as well and bounds directly this way. This one here will attack the Displacer Beast. What is your armor class? I'm pretty
That's
sure.
a panther!
Sorry, the Panther. The Panther.
Oh, Panther armor class is 12.
Okay. You take 7 damage from a bite where the wolf jumps up, now pretty high, and rips at your at the fur on the underside of your belly.
7 damage. God damn it. Okay.
This one gets up in front of Lady Lan and
Oh, it does it?
Sort of leans back, turns his head to the gates, and you see them open just a little bit wider. He also motions once more, and 2 more wolves bound out of the forest.
We gotta run, guys.
The wolf that is immediately next to you here decides
Ahead of the game.
that it wants a piece as well. And interestingly, before it bites, you notice the other wolf reach out to try to stop it. But it doesn't follow the instruction, at least not quickly enough. That's a hit.
And
I don't like it. Oh!
9 damage.
jeez.
Are you still up?
If you kill, I'd be dead twice over.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just. I'm exactly at 0.
Okay, so being exactly at 0, actually, you are unconscious, but you don't have to make death saves.
Okay, great.
So that's nice.
Oh, hold on.
I shouldn't have wild shaped. I can heal outside
wait.
of wild shape, but
No,
now
sorry.
I'm a fucking panther. And Meg.
Um,
Steal a word.
That the other wolves advance, skirting the outside of the little forest area here. And that is their turn. Eric, you're up next.
I'm running, baby.
Oh, sorry, Lady Lan is up next, but you don't need to make a
I'm
death
chilling,
save.
baby.
Eric is chillin' baby.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Well, that was a short campaign.
Rowan is next. Curse of Strahd sometimes can be.
I'm gonna get behind the panther.
Okay.
Eric's looking around frantically, focused on the wolf that's right in front of... Well, actually, no. I'm gonna focus on the main one, the one that seems more intelligent. And just kind of staring at it and narrowing his eyes. You see the space between his eyes and the wolf kind of fade and ripple. And I'm using the power Time Thief. You psionically absorb the life force of a creature within range, causing them to age faster than normal. The target must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, they take 1d4 necrotic damage, and I gain temporary hit points equal to the damage taken.
Nice.
If they fail.
It makes it safe.
Well,
I'm sorry to say. Although it takes note of what you've done, and again, this look of curiosity crosses its face.
and also, in doing that, I am going to use my ability of that I know what it's called, and I absolutely know what it's called. It's called rapid, something with rapid in it. It's like rapid manifesting or something like that. God fucking damn it. Rapid manifestation.
Ooh, okay.
Where that ability, instead of being an action, was a bonus action. Let me make sure, what do I have to do to do that? No, I can do that without spending anything once every long rest. So I can do that, and then I'm going to use my action to dash towards the gate.
Okay. What does rapid manifestation do?
It basically shortens. I think there's a sorcery thing that does a similar thing. It shortens
the
my
casting
power.
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
From
you
an
made that
action
into
to a bonus
got it.
action. So I can't use my action for another power, but I can use my action.
Okay. All right, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So you have made it to the gate. What does Rowan do about that?
Sorry.
No worries.
I'm a little boy.
You're just a little boy. You can't help it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if a panther gets the way this information is listed. It's difficult for me to figure out if I get a bite claw attack or if I have to pick one of them and only get one.
No, I think you get 2 attacks.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a bite attack and a claw attack at
Okay.
the wolf in front of me. So, oh god. First one is a 9.
9 all day? 9 total?
Yes.
Okay, that is a miss.
Yeah. I'm gonna try again. Come on. You piece of shit. Oh, yeah, critical.
Nice! First one of the campaign. Sorry to celebrate with Lady
Hey, I rolled a
bleeding
20.
on the ground. First critical hit.
So,
No crew.
I'm gonna roll 2d6 instead. And that's a 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So you this is the bite, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you basically like pick up the whole wolf with your panther mouth and like toss it into the air, catch it again with your mouth, and throw it aside. It is dead.
That's cool. Yeah!
Fuck that dog. So I'm
Yeah,
going.
cats rule, dogs rule.
I'm going
Homeward
to
bound.
try to.
Rosie.
Sally Field.
Rosie
the
O'Donnell?
best.
Sally Field.
Sally Field.
I don't want it. So I'm gonna try to move towards Lady Lon and try to pick her up if I can.
Yes, it will half your movement speed.
Okay.
So that was
Like
2
on
squares.
the nape of her neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little panther cub. I'm just gonna. Yeah.
Here.
Okay. So you can still move 2 more squares.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna try to move towards the gate as much as I can.
Okay, so you 2 go over toward the gate.
Oh, very nice.
For their turn, the lead wolf, as it were, snarls, and the others back off, forming a, well, except for the ones that came in, forming a sort of semicircle
I'm actually impressed that like it's staying.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
very clearly is funneling you toward the gate.
Eric's starting to get nervous about his choice.
Lady Lon is still passed out. Eric, the gate is waiting open for you, but you actually have not had enough movement to step through it.
Is it my turn?
And Rowan's next.
I'm hanging by because I want to stay with these people, so I'm not fleeing into it, but I'm like halfway in, so if I fall in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to try another
Special power?
psychic stab
Okay.
on the main guy, which is another. It's a intelligence save. 120 is the range.
Yeah, just made it. Okay. Intelligence save, you say?
Yeah.
7. That's a 7, which means with this special creature, it has saved.
Oh, damn.
Rowan.
These wolves are so hardy. Just gonna keep moving towards the gate, backing towards it, trying to be like menacing towards these
Okay.
wolves.
What's your speed as a panther?
Panther speed
50.
is 50 feet. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. It appears that they are allowing you to back up, closing in a little bit, but not
How generous.
enough.
They're nice.
I'm sure they have great reasons for wanting us to go through this gate. It's fine.
Well, with things going in that direction, you make it to the gate, and as soon as you step through, there is a booming crash. It closes behind you, and giving it a shove with your panther head or with your arms, with your pathetic arms, Eric, it's not budging even a millimeter. And the wolves now sit on their haunches.
So we can
Watching
still.
them.
I mean, well.
You
if
can
I-
still see them through
I could if I was conscious.
the gates. You could if you were conscious.
I'm gonna end wild shape when my turn comes up, or if we're out of
Okay. We are.
combat.
I'm gonna say we are out of initiative order. You were just staring at these wolves through the gates.
How calming.
That's nice.
So I drop wild shape and throw a healing word to Lady.
Okay, Lady Lon, you are conscious.
Okay.
Hooray.
Do I have? Do I need to roll something to get a certain amount of HP?
You roll.
I think you roll. Right?
Oh.
I think Laura rolls.
It's okay. Anything is better than 0.
Well, my spellcasting ability modifier.
Glad that
is-
you didn't go below 0.
Nice. So that's 5.
I'll take it. Great. Current HP 5.
Well, you find yourselves now sort of face to face with these things, but not menaced by them at the moment, and seemingly no way out beyond these enormous gates that just closed in front of you. What you do notice is that a forest looms ahead. It's towering trees, heavy gray mist that seems to get closer and closer to you as you proceed. And the mist, in fact, begins to obscure a lot of what you saw on the other side of the gates as well, until it's almost to your face, and everything beyond the gate is opaque, and you see the last glow from the eyes of the wolves, including the red eyes of the pack leader, vanish into the mists that reach out for you with these almost beckoning tendrils. The glow of those eyes approached once more for just a second, and you could swear, if it wasn't impossible, that you saw the wolf become something else an instant before it disappeared. Maybe like a bird or a bat. The treetops here are lost in this gray mist as well. And it's blocking out everything but this kind of sickly death gray light of the sun. The tree trunks are very close to the ground, or to the path and to each other. And the woods are very still, silent, like a forgotten grave. And yet, at the same time, it has the tension of a scream unvoiced.
Luke's having a bad time.
Lady Lon is like surprised that Rowan healed her. And so Lady Lon sort of turns to Rowan and says, I'm in your debt. And then Lady Lon just starts walking forward.
You don't get 2 steps before you realize that you're being watched. And as you turn, you see a shape emerge from, could be miles away, or it could have been just on the other side of the path. It's very hard to tell with the mist. Nick, what do they see?
Probably late 20s, hale, clearly had been fully shaving his head, but it's been a while since he's had access to anything reflective, so the hair is sort of growing out all over with a receding hairline. Wearing like voluminous black vestments, kind of what you would expect to see from a Catholic priest, but not with any sort of buttons on the front. It's just very large and tied at the waist with a white rope. And the 2 ends of the white rope are kind of hanging loose. He is very dirty and very kind of, his eyes have like a manic sort of energy in them. Aquiline nose, medium length beard, super high like robe collar sort of that could like be drawn up into a full hood if necessary. He looks like a very lost some kind of priest or religious practitioner coming out of the woods, and he seems almost as surprised to see you as you are probably to see him. He stops and looks, says, "Oh, you're a little lost here too, it seems like. I intend no harm, no need to worry about me at all, just another traveler."
Hello, have you seen a small dog?
Recently? Have I seen a small dog recently?
You haven't seen a small dog recently?
No. Where are you headed?
Eric just looks at the other 2.
We thought to Barovia.
I think you're at least there. Well, we can roll some dice or flip a coin and decide which way we should go. If you don't mind me traveling with you,
So you don't have a place for us to stay?
No, I've been sleeping under logs. I can show you a log if you
It's
want.
okay. I've seen a lot.
Are you from here? Have you been here long?
Just a couple days, I think. A few days. But no, I'm not from here. You sound European. From Spain, if you've heard of it.
Yes, I am familiar with Spain.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Lots of people around here haven't heard of many places. So.
It's
Oh,
okay,
well, I
I
mean-
haven't heard of
I carry no ill will towards you, but my queen's court is not much enamored of Spain as of late.
I see. Well,
She's not here.
yeah, and I'm not there, so I don't. You hope you don't hold my countrymen's politics against me. As you can
Not at all. The war has nothing to do with me.
Yes, as you can see, I'm not exactly in a position to be carrying much authority in those sorts of matters.
You don't exactly look like an admiral in the Spanish Armada.
No, I suppose not. He takes like a twig out of his collar and throws it into the bushes. My name is Esquivel, Father Esquivel is my title. I don't know if... Do you know each other well, or...
No.
No.
Oh, okay. I
But
see.
I'm indebted to this one, and this one is indebted to me.
it. Yeah.
I see. Well, I'm sure I'll catch up in no time.
I think you're caught up.
Can I make some kind of check to ascertain, like... I'm just, like, assessing danger. Like, who is the biggest threat, and are they hiding something from me?
Yeah, I think you could do an insight check, and we'll count it for all of them.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's a 17 on the die, so total that's 22.
Appearances notwithstanding, biggest threat, but you sense that she is also the most forthright, whereas he and they are keeping something from you.
Okay. I move closer to Lady Long.
Well, which direction did you come from?
I look around, like, I don't see any of the... Let me see if I can remember. The tree that I started out yesterday, it had
So you're not
three branches on the right.
You're not writing this down. You don't have a map or like any system. You're just going by memory.
No, I said I was lost before, so...
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you feel free to ask questions. Inquiry is the soul of the human experience.
Do you not build cairns on your
And
trail?
yet you're religious.
Cairns?
Cairns? No, you
Like-
stack stones to
Oh,
keep track of where you've been.
I see.
That's fine. We can. do
No,
that
I
going
didn't
forward.
think to do.
Lady Lon takes like her claws and just like slashes at a tree and goes, "There. Now we'll know if we come back."
That works.
And she just like starts walking in a direction.
There is a road.
Oh, there is a road. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Derek flinches when she attacks the tree like it's gonna attack them back.
Yeah, there is a road, which last night Zentori said that along the road, the next village in, he said the three settlements are strung like beads on a necklace along the Old Svalich Road through Barovia, and the first one is the village of Barovia.
Well, then I guess I would just start walking in in that direction.
Follow.
You're.
Not first in line, not last.
It doesn't take a very long time for you to realize that you will be walking for quite a bit. The terrain doesn't change very much. You are noticing that as you move forward, the mist closes behind you and opens up in front of you.
I am also like periodically calling for Monto, but that's not going very well, clearly.
No answer so far.
Who is Monto? Is that where we're going?
No, that's her. That's her bodyguard.
It's our beast.
Rowan, roll a perception check.
Oh, I'm not good. Moments like these I miss Habricks.
What's your passive perception?
It's I didn't write it down.
It'd be 13.
10 plus whiz.
20.
That's good. You catch the scent of carrion on the air.
Great.
The scent of carrion on the air.
I smell
It does
death.
tend to carry.
Do you follow it?
We should probably steer clear of it tends to attract larger predators.
Let's go away from the larger predators.
As you move forward along the path, it starts to get a little bit more pungent, and you can see right in a small ditch covered by a tree with very low hanging branches, a
You see
lump of
you say
fabric.
Corpse of a Pekingese in it. Have words.
Not the corpse of a Pekingese yet. A lump of fabric that you believe is a sleeping or worse person.
Maybe we should just let them rest.
And I was sort of loath to muck about with anything here.
I can tell you, sleeping rough these last few days. I can tell you that I would be very startled if someone had come across me and woken me up out of a deep slumber. So maybe we should keep going.
As you get closer, you do it. The stench of death on this half-buried corpse is unmistakable. It's peeking out from the underbrush. It appears to be a young man with muddy clothes, raked, claw-marked. Crows have very obviously been at the body. And it does have some paw prints around it, but not Monto-sized. Looks to be dead for several days.
Okay, well, not sleeping. I suppose I should.
Shall I see if there's anything useful on his person?
Yes. Why don't we?
Yurik very
Say
casually
some
starts
words.
walking over and searching the dead body. Not
His-
fazed by that.
He's not carrying very much, and in fact, he's missing one of his boots, which could have been taken, or maybe just never had it to begin with when he left on his journey.
I imagine that people walking might be taking, or with Yurik, might be taken aback with which, at the methodicism with which he is going through the
Lady Lana's sort of
corpses, items.
like disgusted but
like
impressed.
tossing aside things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like airport security
Yeah.
person scanning
Yeah.
the whole body
Yeah.
for anything useful.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't take you long in your diligent search to see that he is.
I mean, like talking like looking in the mouth and
yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
one of the first things you find is a note clutched in his hand. Can Eric read?
No, he passes it.
To
The guy, or probably to her, actually.
okay.
Oh.
Oh.
It's quite crumpled.
Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, send you honor with despair. My adopted daughter, the fair Irina Koliana, has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. Now my dear Irina languishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbols of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of weeping Barovia. Leave out sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kolian Indirovich, Burgomaster. What's a burgomaster?
What's a burgomaster? Says Eric.
Above the table, I believe a burgomaster is like a mayor of some kind, like a
Yeah.
person in a leadership.
Yeah, it's like a burgmaster.
Yeah,
Right. Townmaster.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Berg,
Yeah.
but but that clearly this note was not written by this deceased person
No, he
that we found. He just had
has
the
it.
note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be to him. Like, I mean, that's the
But this
most
wasn't like
likely scenario.
this seems like something that was posted up somewhere and this
Mm.
guy took it. Like this isn't a letter that was being sent to someone. This was like a public notice.
It's got a
It
seal.
is
Yeah.
it was a sealed
Envelope.
document,
It's like a writ.
not a public notice.
It's a message to
Unless it was
someone
intended to be posted somewhere
or
else.
to a group of people.
Yeah.
Whoever it is, they're certainly putting a lot of faith in holy men. No offense, Father.
None taken.
So they died in order to have us put a bunch of superstitious symbols around? I don't like it.
To keep evil contained.
Doing a great job.
It does say something about great wealth.
After everyone's dead. That's what I
Much
got.
wealth entrapped in this community.
Come back for it after everyone's gone.
Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. So,
What's a vampire?
that's a question. Would we have,
Would we know?
or are
You-
we
you may
familiar
have heard
with legends?
You may have heard of legends of vampire.
Yeah. Well, Chinese vampires go like this. So
Mhm,
that's like
the
what
hopping ones.
The hopping ones.
Yeah, so you're picturing something very different.
Yeah.
Look out for anyone who's hopping.
Hopping. Yeah. You should watch out if you hear any hopping.
As you look up from studying the note, you notice that imperceptibly, but sure enough, the mists have gotten much closer to you, like almost grabbing at your clothes. you think you still know which direction you came from, but you can really only see a few feet in front of you. The woods are foreboding, to say the least, and a light rain, heavier than the kind of mist that is constantly felt on your face, begins to fall. You start to allow in the realization that you have no shelter, no clothing really to protect you from the rain. And as each of you arrives at this kind of despairing thought, at the same time, a light appears somewhere off to the front and left. It might be in the direction of the road, it might be off of it.
I unravel my dart, which has a string, and I'm like, we should stick together. And so I encourage everyone to hold on to it's like a 20-foot rope, basically.
Grab
So we all
part of that.
grab onto that. And then, I guess, we all
Onward.
walk towards the light.
Esquivel, you notice a tug at your pants leg.
I look down to.
There's nothing there, but as you're looking, what you can feel, it's more like something trying to escape your pocket. Inside of your innermost robe.
Right.
The only thing there is a piece of stone that you had gotten recently.
Right.
That's the
And
sensation.
It's one or both.
You can't tell. They're small.
I surreptitiously try to I not like a. I try to put my hand over it, hold it or over it or near it, so that if it moves, I am more aware of it.
Okay. Well, it's
And also to kind of keep it in my pocket. I'm trying to prevent if I'm not just insane and it was trying to leave, I'm trying to prevent that.
right. What you can feel is the amber is warm to the touch, and it is trying to move in the direction of the light.
Okay.
Which is where you are also going at the
Right,
same
right.
time.
I say to the group, well, I for one think this is a good omen that there's